Hey guys, and welcome to my Let's Play of The Sims 4 Vampires. And we are not playing with vampires at the current moment. We are playing with Charlotte and Sophia Winslow, who are in with their Madison's stepsister and stepmother. And hold up, okay, I got the little bios for our characters. We're gonna have two main characters, and Sophia is not gonna be a main character, but Sophia, she's there. Our main character for this Let's Play is going to be Charlotte, and the vampires she meets along the way. So, Charlotte, I'll read you her little bio. Charlotte Winslow was the perfect child growing up. Her brother Blake was professional and not very faithful to, his girlfriends and all that. While her sister Madison was the rebellious party girl, but Charlotte, she was the perfect child. She was everything her father wanted Madison to be and everything her mother wished Blake would be. But will her father's recent murder and meeting a new boy in town finally start to change little Miss Perfect, or will her mother's grip on the perfect daughter stay strong? Okay, so her mother, Sophia is not like the mom that is going to be your friend. She's not going to try and understand you. She wants you to be what she wants you to be. And that is the struggle that Charlotte is currently having. That's kind of why she's rebelling a little bit. You know, she's not dressing in, the whites and the yellows and the pinks that, Sophia wants her to dress in. She's starting to dress a little darker. She's starting to, befriend the wrong type of people. And let's go over, her traits. Charlotte is genius, romantic, and business savvy. Charlotte, she will walk into the room and she's the smartest person there. She is the smartest person in the room, hands down. And she's a romantic. You know, she loves a good romance. She loves it. And she wants to be fabulously wealthy. She wants to get rich and have a successful career. You know, she's a Winslow. Did we really expect anything different? And she is a high school C student because I haven't at all played with her. And she has level 4 logic and level 1 charisma. And these are her little, relationships. Her brother Blake, Penelope, Madison, Sophia, she even knows Claire. And these are kind of more her friends. There's Justice Livingston, Chase Nash, Chelsea McLeod, and Aiden Daniels. They're kind of like the little 4 stereotypes. Like, Chelsea's the dumb one, Chase is the bad boy, Aiden's the rich one, and Justice is the rebel. And then Charlotte's kind of like the normal one. And then we have She Knows Grace and Aaron. But, going on to the boy she met, it's not Chase or Aiden. It's this boy named Drake Vanderwoodsen. I wanted to separate the Van and the Der, but it wouldn't let me. And so they're Vanderwoodsen instead of Vanderwoodsen. They're Vanderwoodsens. Like Vander, one word. But she met him while she was chilling. She was, exploring Forgotten Hollow. You know, she wanted to, see how, she wanted to see, the rumors about the vampires. She wanted to see them. You know, there have been some things buzzing around her school that there are, some creepy people living in Forgotten Hollow. And so Madison's not Madison, I feel like I'm going to call her that so many times. Charlotte was why don't I'm gonna go check it out. She wanted to see if it was true. She wanted to see what all the fuss was about. And so she went there one dreary night. It was Tuesday night, actually. And she was attacked by, a few people. She was attacked. And they didn't go for her money. They didn't go for her bag. They didn't try to do anything. It looks like they were, desperate. They kept trying to bite her, and she was she grabbed a pole, and she tried to, fight them off. But, this little teenager, this little, 17-year-old girl, she ain't gonna be able to fight off these people. She ain't gonna be able to fight off vampires, because it was vampires that were trying to feed on her blood. Because, yeah, they were hungry, and she was the only human there. And so, this teenage boy came to her rescue, and his name was Drake Vanderwoodsen, and he is a fledgling vampire, and she met him. And she recognized him as one of her teachers. Her teacher, Rowena Vanderwoodsen, one of her teachers, like, Rowena is like a new teacher. She's a new teacher, yeah. And that's her son, Drake. And she recognized him, you know, from, like, how on the first day the teachers are all like, oh, this is my family, this is what I've done for the past whatever of my life. Yeah, she recognized a picture of Drake from that. And he kind of like, she passed out, you know? She was having a rough day. And she woke up right out here, like, right outside the door of her penthouse. And this is where she lives. She lives in a penthouse in Uptown. And, yeah. Then she went to school, and then Drake appeared. He was kind of like there. He goes to the school now. And so, yeah, she is very curious about, like, what happened to her. She's very curious as to why those people attacked her, because she doesn't believe in vampires, you know? She just thinks they were, like, people trying to, like, mug her, or, like, getting their kicks out of trying to kill a girl, you know? She just thought they were weird people. And so she's just kind of, like, living her life, and she's just gotten home from school. It's Wednesday. And I feel like she's probably might go back to Forgotten Hollow very soon, but I'm not really sure. But let me just tour you around the house. This is Charlotte and Sophia's penthouse. Yeah, this is it. And then they have a pool downstairs. It's like a 3-story penthouse because they have a pool. And then they have the living room, the kitchen. And then they have their rooms. And this is Charlotte's room. You can really tell she is a romantic. Let's be awkward together. And then there's this one. Every love story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. Charlotte has never been in love, but she's kind of in love with the idea of love. And then this is Sophia's room. Hold up, I need to keep the walls up. This is Sophia's room. It's very pink, you know, basic. I didn't know what to do for Sophia, because I didn't know whether I wanted her to be, like, crazy, like, over the top, or just, like, kind of chill with her riches. And so I kind of went for a happy middle. This house has a lot of vintage glamour in it. And, yeah, and then, so this is Sophia. She is the widow of Aaron Winslow. And she's the mother of Blake and Charlotte. And she is the one who, like, basically started the whole thing about, like, Madison having murdered Aaron, because, you know, who else would have done it? Certainly not her kids, certainly not anybody else. It had to have been Madison. And so Sophia is kind of the reason Madison is basically banned from Uptown, you know. She's having a rough life. But Sophia wants to be a mansion baron. She wants to own the biggest and fanciest home. And she has these skills. Her charisma is at level 7. You'll see why in a minute. But she is mean, self-assured, materialistic, and business savvy. And I have never had a mean sim. Like, fun fact, I've never had a mean sim. I've never had an insane sim. I've never had a sim that hates children. I tend to stay away from, like, the horrible, like, traits. Like, mean, hates children. Insane really isn't that bad, but I just didn't like how in The Sims 3 how they would, change, like, their outfits. I thought that was really stupid. But Sophia, she is level 7 in the political career. She is a charity organizer, you know, because that's what the rich people do. They have charities, so tax cuts, I believe. But yeah, she's not a charity organizer because she likes the cause. Her cause, I think, hold on, let me check her cause. Her cause is World United, you know, a basic cause, you know, world peace, you know, one of those causes. Like, something that's not very controversial, you know, something that people will support. But she is a charity organizer, and her little thing says, the money is really rolling in now. Assuming you're doing your job, the charity organizer is focused on adding another 0 to every check signed for the cause. She really does not care about the cause. She just wants the tax cuts. I feel like they are tax cuts. I feel like it is tax cuts, but yeah. This is the outside, you know, they have a very lavish penthouse. They have a talking toilet. You know, it's crazy. They're rich. They have $80,000 in the bank, and I'm not sure if I hired them a maid and a butler. hold on, let me hire a butler. But this, I always hate first parts. I hate them. I hate first parts because it's like, butler, yeah. It's like, I'm just trying to introduce the Sims, get you into, like, the story a little bit. So, our main people are Charlotte and Drake. And, hold on, I don't care about the Butlering Academy. But Charlotte and Drake and the Vanderwoodsens have a connection to the Winslows and the Davises from way back in the day. Like, I think I'm going to introduce them in the 1920s or the 10s. I'm not sure. But I'm going to introduce them later, and they're going to have a really dramatic storyline, and it's going to explain a lot of, like, the reasons they're doing all of the horrible things they're trying to do to the Winslows. Because the Vanderwoodsens, except maybe Drake and kind of Rowena, because Rowena was not around. Rowena will not be in Decade's Challenge, and neither will Drake. But the matriarch, Rowena's husband and Drake's dad, he will be in the Decade's Challenge. Because, you know, he's old. And so, yeah, let me just read Drake's little thing. Oh, it paused. It froze. Oh. And also, before I read Drake's thing, I'm not sure if Madison will give birth while I record Vampires, because we're recording it in the same save file, Vampires and City Living. But if that does happen, I will just rename Madison's child, because in between recordings of Vampires, I will check on Madison and feed her those strawberries. You know, I'm making sure we have a girl. But, yeah, let me just read Drake. Drake Vanderwoodsen was born in the gloomy yet magical town of Moonlight Falls to a family of vampires with a grudge against both the Winslows and whatever is left of the Davises. Although the Davises moved on to bigger and better horizons, the Winslows stayed grounded in San Myshuno, so the vampiric Vanderwoodsens finally have their chance at a revenge plot almost 100 years in the making. Will Drake's goodwill be enough to save the Winslows, or will they be wiped off the earth for good? So, it is rather extreme. Rowena's husband, Drake's dad, has a severe grudge against the Winslows, the Davises, but since the Davises aren't here, he's just going to try and wipe out the Winslows. Basically, his thing is he wants these Winslows dead. He wants them dead for something that they didn't even have a part of. And Sophia, Aaron knew about what happened way back in the day, because it was something his ancestors told him about. Like, it was passed on, like, do not trust the Vanderwoodsens, do not trust a Vanderwoodsen, don't turn your back on a Vanderwoodsen. They will stab you. They will, like, stab you in the back. They will kill you because they are out for blood if they ever come back to San Myshuno. And he told that to both Grace and Sophia, just in case the Vanderwoodsens came back. He wanted both of the people he loved, because I think Aaron still did love Grace, but, you know, circumstances and all that, he cheated on her. But he told her just so she wouldn't, because she still has, I'm pretty sure she still has the last name Winslow, yeah. Anyone with the last name Winslow in San Myshuno is basically guilty by association with the Vanderwoodsens. But he told Sophia of this feud, you know, I'm going to call it a feud. He told Sophia, and she has not met Drake or Rowena, but I assume if Sophia knew that Rowena was Charlotte's teacher and she had like this curiosity towards Drake, I feel like Sophia would shut that down real fast. She would lock her daughter in this penthouse and never let her leave, because that is how afraid and like threatened she is by what Aaron told her when he was alive. And so, yeah, she is going to try her hardest to, like, make sure her daughter does not get caught up in this feud and make sure her daughter lives. And I just noticed that this paneling is not right. It doesn't match, and I'm going to have to fix that. But Charlotte, it is 6:52, and I'm going to have her do her homework real quick. And then I feel like we're going to go to Forgotten Hollow. I keep forgetting that it's Forgotten Hollow and not like Midnight Hollow, because that's always what I want to say. I want to say Midnight Hollow. But for a little more backstory, I know this part is all over the place, but once the Vanderwoodsens, they lived in this world. They lived in these like cluster of towns that we have in The Sims 4 at the moment. And then they left, and then they fled to Moonlight Falls, and they stayed there. And that is where Rowena is from. Rowena, she is from Moonlight Falls, and her husband, his name is Robert Vanderwoosen. Not Sophia. Charlotte does not know him yet, but his name is Robert Vanderwoosen. He'll be in the Decades Challenge. But Robert met Rowena, and then Rowena was already a vampire, and then Rowena turned Robert, and then they had a baby named Drake. And I think she's pregnant with their second child, which I hope is a female. Because, toddler vampires. I'm really excited. But yeah, she is just going to do her homework. What do you want? Leave me alone, you are dead. That bothers me so much. The dead people can just call. Can you hurry? Like, can you finish your homework a little faster? Because I want to go to Forgotten Hollow. I don't know where we're going to go in Forgotten Hollow, but we're going to go. Her homework is done. Is it done? This little circle thing's filled. Is it done? Are you done? Can you be done yet? Can you be done? You done now? It should not take you this long to do your homework. It is 9 at night. Okay, we're done. We're done. Okay, we're done with our homework. So, time to travel. We are going to Forgotten Hollow, and I'm not sure what we're going to see. I'm not sure if we'll be attacked. Because Charlotte, she still is very skeptical of the whole vampire thing, People are saying at school that is what is with the people of Forgotten Hollow. But, like, Charlotte is like, vampires don't exist. Vampires aren't a thing. She just, like, those were muggers. They were just trying to attack me. They weren't trying to, like, suck my blood, And so, Forgotten Hollow, here we go. This is where the Vanderwoodsens live. I kicked the Vatores out and moved them into this house. But I think, I want to go visit this big tree in, like, the square. And in Forgotten Hollow, there are only 5 lots. There's this lot, which is where the Vatores lived. And then there's these 3 empty lots. And then there's Count Vladislav Strahd the Fourth, I believe. That is what the Roman numeral is. And those are the 5 lots. It's kind of like the Outdoor Retreat World. And, Magnolia Promenade, but we're just going to go to this house because it's empty. And we're not going to bring Justice or Chelsea or Aiden or Chase. We're just going to go alone. Charlotte, she's not scared. She is, I feel like a strong character. Like, sorry if you can hear that I'm adjusting in my chair, but yeah. She is smart, she's strong. She's a good protagonist. I don't know what to, I don't know how to describe her. Oh, and if I sound different, it's because I'm sick. But I don't know really how to describe her, because she's not like any of, the protagonists I've seen from, Vampire Diaries or Twilight. She's not like, Elena or Bella, and, I kind of thank God for that. Because Bella was just Bella, and Elena, I don't know why, but she just irritated me. But, I'm gonna have Sophia socialize with Penelope. And, yeah. She's strong, she's the smartest person in the room, even though she is a romantic, which I feel like could get her into trouble. But yeah, this is, Forgotten Hollow. There are all these little houses surrounded by the big square, and then Vlad's house is up on the hill. And I am surprised that I don't see any vampires. I'm probably going to add a few more into, this house and living on this lot. But this is, creepy. There's a knocked down thing. This tree is very creepy, but I'm just going to have her go dig, This is pretty, though. Very scenic. I feel like this whole town is very scenic. I feel like that's kind of what they went for. Scenic, yet creepy. Because I'm pretty sure there's a fog during the day. Ooh, is this a vampire? No, that's Victor Fang. Ugh, that's irritating. But this house where the Voltaires live, I'm gonna have to remove this because there's garlic all over. I'm assuming a human lived there, like a human family, because if you guys did not know, garlic, right here, garlic it like repels the vampires, and Charlotte, she's just like, why would I need garlic? Vampires aren't real. She does not believe in vampires. Yet. She will eventually, because this series is called Vampires. So, she's got to have some vampires. She's got to eventually believe. Who are you? I want to find some vampires. Chai, Hugh, Dominic. Where are the vampires? Lily Fang. I need a vampire to come out. Where are the Voltaires? Vlad. Anybody. How do I even get up here? Oh, there's a little path. But this is Vlad's little mansion, and they're like these crows that land on the gravestones. Oh, and they make noises. And then there's a gate somewhere that'll open, and it makes a creepy noise. But yeah, this house, when I saw it in like the little Sims 4 live stream, it reminded me of the Goth's house, and I'm just like, at some point, I'm gonna have the Goth family as vampires, and they're gonna live here instead of Vlad. Is anybody here, though? Forgotten Hollow is very interesting, but, like, without vampires, it's just kind of there. But it's very pretty, and Charlotte's playing chess. Where was she when she was attacked? I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna say she was, here. I'm gonna say she was here, looking at the view, trying to find out if the vampires were real. Trying to find out the secrets of Forgotten Hollow, and she got attacked, and then Drake saved her. But yeah, I kind of just made that up. But, like, hopefully, maybe we'll see vampires in the next part, because she will be socializing with Drake. This part was basically just introducing Charlotte as a protagonist, explaining some backstory, how you'll see the Vanderwoods in the Decades Challenge, and once we get to the 1920s, or the 10s, or the 30s, or whenever, I think it's mostly going to be I think they're going to be in the 20s. I feel like, unless I change my mind, they're going to be in the 20s. But when we get there in the Decades Challenge, which will be quite a while, because, we're only on part, like, 8 or 9 of the Decades Challenge, and we're still in the 1890s. But, yeah, once we get there, some of the story will make more sense. It's kind of like, I'm telling the after part first, because this is how they came out. And I wanted to include the Vanderwoodsens, like, their feud with the Winslows, but I just didn't know how to do it, and the Vampires pack just, like, yes, it was, like, perfect. I can finally have them. They can be crazy vampires trying to kill all the Winslows. And that is why I am just so scared for Charlotte and Sophia and the Winslows that are going to be involved in this Let's Play, because Madison won't be involved in this Let's Play. Madison won't be. Madison is solely, like, city living. She may make a cameo appearance now and then. We may see her through town, but Madison and Claire, they will not be in this. But Blake and Penelope, they will be. And I'm just kind of scared, because I feel like we won't find out who murdered Aaron in this Let's Play. That's solely for City Living. That's City Living's plot. But I feel like we will get to know Penelope and Blake and Sophia and Charlotte, and I'm not sure if they're all going to survive towards the end. I'm not sure if everybody we meet along the way is going to survive till the end. I'm not sure if Justice or Chelsea or Chase or Drake or Rowena or Robert, I'm not sure if anybody is going to survive except Madison, Claire, and Grace. And I'm not even sure. Charlotte might not even survive. I'm really not sure, because, this is just that. It's vampires, They're not kooky. They're dark. And I feel like they tried to make them a little bit more kooky this time around, except with the little scars and the eye makeup and the cracks in their faces on Create Sim. But we're going to have, this LP is going to be a little darker. It's just going to be a little bit more mischievous, and I feel like Charlotte is just perfect for the role as the protagonist. So I will see you guys in the next part of Vampires. Bye.